them strippers. Yeah, I love them strippers.
What the fuck is going on, y'all?
What is up, everybody?
Welcome back.
Welcome back. It's been a while.
It's been a minute.
I missed you guys. How about you, baby?
I absolutely missed
Yeah.
this. Absolutely 100%.
We missed you guys.
So,
We're back.
we are back. What do we want to get into first? Do we want to tell everybody about our...
Well, first let's explain why we've been gone for a hot minute. Because
Okay.
we had a great road trip planned.
We did.
We were going to Jersey for our niece's graduation.
Yup.
And we had a medical emergency. Almost made it there.
Yup.
We
were
drove from Arizona to
in
New Jersey
in an RV.
in an RV, and we had a medical emergency in Virginia.
My mother.
So we didn't make it to New Jersey. Unfortunately, we drove all the way to Virginia to turn around and come back again.
It was fucking crazy.
So it was there was a lot of it was traumatic. I'll say. But everything is going as well as to be expected.
Yes. Mom's is okay. She's
doing
in a
well.
facility getting her rehab in so we can get her back home.
Yep.
So
Never did make it to the
we
graduation.
never made it to the graduation. Mackenzie, we love you. We did enjoy seeing.
She's not watching.
We did enjoy. No, I hope not. We did enjoy seeing the family. They came down to Virginia so we could get Mom moved to a facility.
Yes.
So on top of that, we'll talk about some other crazy fucking shit about the state of Virginia.
Wait. Yeah. Let's put a pin in that.
Okay.
Yeah. Or do we want to do that now? We can talk.
What?
About
I don't care.
I mean.
I figure we get all that
fucking
shit out of the
chronic
way.
Dysfunction. We can talk about it right fucking
Chronic.
now.
You want to talk about chronic fucking dysfunction,
Well, let's just talk about Virginia's fucked up shit.
bro? So
Bro.
we get all the way to Virginia, and obviously we took some weed with us.
Shh. Don't tell nobody.
But you know, things didn't happen the way they were supposed to. Obviously, like we said, we never made it to New Jersey.
Right. Where they have recreation.
Where they have recreational weed. I was going to go to a dispensary, you know. So, I talked to some people in Virginia, and y'all aren't going to believe this shit, but...
Okay, for all of our Virginia listeners who are smokers, I mean...
reach out to us and let us know how you do it,
That's
because this is
for
the
real.
craziest shit I've ever seen.
So fucking-
So, in the state of Virginia, it is legal to smoke marijuana.
Smoke it all you want. You could grow it.
It's legal to possess it.
Mm-hmm.
It's legal to grow it.
Yep. A certain amount.
It's only legal to buy it if you have a medical card.
Only if you have a medical.
Only if you have a medical
Which,
card.
okay, that means it's only medical. Arizona did that.
But
No
it's
big
legal for you to possess it in your house without a medical card. And,
Nice.
and it's legal for you to consume it.
deal. Yep.
But it's not legal for you to buy it. Now, not everybody has a green thumb. I tried to grow weed in the past. Big, beautiful buds. The curing process is where it all went to shit. But, so we had to drive out of Virginia, through a little bit of West Virginia, into Hagerstown, Maryland. Shout out to Rise Dispensary in Hagerstown, Maryland.
Yes.
Little weird, nothing I'm used to seeing before. Leslie stayed in the car. So I went inside, and there's no bud tenders.
No button.
There's no bud tenders. There's
So-
only people to ring you up.
Now, I've been in dispensaries that were similar to what the story you're going to tell, but at least there was bud-tenders to tell you what you wanted to get, what you
Right.
had, you know, see what you were looking for.
So
yada,
you
yada.
walk in, and they have a whole wall of, like, self-checkout kiosks.
Like little, like, ATM-looking kiosks?
No, it's touchscreen. It looks like a tablet, but it's about the size of that thing that's in a Tesla in the center.
Okay.
Probably like 18 inches tall
Right.
by like 12 inches wide.
Sure.
Touchscreen tablet, and you got all the little filters you can put on there if you're looking for flour, concentrates, vape pens, pre-rolls, all of that shit. But this menu is like 6 fucking pages long, and this is just for flour. Because I only fuck with flour. We only fuck with flour.
Right.
Just the flour menu is like 6 pages long, and you're looking through it, and I'm adding shit to the bag just that interests me.
Yeah.
So then I can go back to my cart and narrow down what I want to buy. You finalize the order. They print you out a little ticket with a number
So
in
you
it.
have no idea other than what, based off of picture and description?
Some of it has pictures, some of it doesn't.
Doesn't even have pictures? Ew. Okay.
Yep. Now, we managed to get to Maryland, get what we needed for the trip back. Now, being that we are connoisseurs of good weed,
For sure.
more on that later. Being that we're connoisseurs of good weed, we figured the next state we came to after we left Virginia with legal rec dispensaries, Tennessee with that THCA bullshit, not even real weed.
What?
Texas, where goddamn hide your weed.
We're not even fucking with Texas. Like,
So we pull into this little dispensary.
Texas is mean on me.
We pull into this little dispensary in Tucumcari, New Mexico.
Tucumcari.
Cool little
Can I
town.
just say, I don't know anything about New Mexico. Driven through it a couple of times, twice. The coolest thing that I've ever seen or heard about New Mexico is Tucumcari. And it's like the funnest city to say.
Now,
I'm sorry. It's ridiculous, but Tucumcari. I mean, you have
we
to say it. It's so
and
funny.
we actually knew that dispensary was there because on our way
Right.
to New Jersey,
We just so happened
we
to
stayed
stay
in the
there.
little RV park right next door.
Right.
So
But
we
we
knew it
didn't
was there.
stop the first time because we were headed to New Jersey. We didn't need anything. We
Yup.
were good, so
Now-
we weren't worried about stopping because we didn't want to care. Anyways,
This place is called Taos, Taos.
yes.
They hooked up a shirt for the wife. And this dispensary was really cool. The guy in there was awesome. If you check this out, I told you to check us out. You were dope. This was a deli style dispensary, nothing prepackaged. They have big glass jars of weed.
Wait, I was confused because for some reason I thought that what you're explaining now was Maryland.
No, Maryland
Maryland
was.
was some whole other fucking.
You send the order, they pick it in the back.
the
They
deli
pull
style shit. I have seen similar.
the deli
kind
style.
of in
My
Arizona.
first time ever seeing anything like that. The dispensaries I've been to in Arizona,
Right.
everything
well, this
is
was years ago.
prepackaged.
Just like years ago.
So I walk in and they have nothing prepackaged. He said everything is deli style.
Right.
And it's just like a deli. Literally, the whole wall is these big jars of
Gigantic
weed.
jars. yeah.
Gigantic jars of weed. And he can let you smell it. You can't touch it, obviously.
Right.
And then they pull the buds apart and weigh them out
Yes.
right there in
Right in
front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Print your label, send you on your way.
Right.
So, vastly different from Maryland to New Mexico.
For sure.
Not quite like what I've seen here in Arizona. And I'm sorry, but nothing. Most of the dispensaries I've been to in California are like convenience stores. You can touch and look at shit, and like it's not behind a counter. So, just thought that would be cool to talk about and see how they do it in different states.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's only like 2 dispensaries in Maryland. Not one that we went to was
What?
one of them. Yeah, because
we
the guy
we literally drove. The GPS said like
40. I think it was 47
It
miles.
was like 53 minutes.
Yeah. Well, check it out. Because when I was inside,
What she'll do for Maryland.
when I was inside, I said to the guy working in there, like, it's really busy.
Yeah.
And he was like, maybe he
Oh,
was
that
just
place.
talking.
Oh, that was the one. Oh, I remember now. Okay, it's all coming back to me.
He was like, well,
That
that's
place,
because
there was steady people in
he said
and out.
he said the other dispensary closed at 8 o'clock. They're open till 10. So usually the last 2 hours they're open is just a bum rush because
Yeah.
they're the only one open.
Right.
But I mean, even if you look at Virginia, where we were in Virginia, even if you had a medical card, the closest dispensary you could drive to was Manassas from Winchester, which was like an hour and 40 minutes.
Hold on. Shout out to Winchester, Virginia.
Oh yeah, that place was
I mean,
like Silvertown if you've ever seen Joe
everything-
Dirt.
everything was from the moment traumatic shit happened from I mean everything, it was just when they were so hospitable
Yes.
and so kind and friendly, and even once your brother came into town from New Jersey and we left because we had to get the RV back, they were even continuously kind and so hospitable towards just the whole family, towards all of us. They knew our situation. They knew we weren't from around there. They knew that we were 2,000 plus fucking miles away. And so shout out to y'all.
I'm just thankful that it happened as close as it did to my brother. Because if
Yeah.
it would have been like Oklahoma or
Man, we
Arkansas,
almost made it. We were like less than just under 4 hours away. We almost made it to him. That's okay. She's right around the corner from him now, so it's not a far drive. Yeah. Anyways, all right.
So yeah, we went on a 2-week vacation that we never made it to.
we didn't do anything.
We went on a vacation to an RV park in Winchester, Virginia. Beautiful place.
It rained the whole fucking
Rained
time.
the whole time.
Which, having lived in the desert for nearly a decade now, it was very beautiful. But I do miss the rain. However, after like 6 days in a row of no sunshine because it was just all rain, I was like fucking over it. I was like,
Humidity,
get me back to the
sour
land.
towels.
The humidity is no. I'm never going back to the humidity in the East Coast. Fuck that shit. Anyways, all right. So let's get it fucking going.
All right.
Here. I'm excited
So-
about what's been going on since we've been gone. What do we got? Are we jumping into blind headlines?
We are.
Blind headlines. Do.
So, we'll kick it right off with something. Last couple episodes we filmed, there was none of this bullshit, but apparently it's back.
Oh, good.
4 teens, 1 man arrested after robbery at a gentleman's club parking lot, says Akron police. Akron, Ohio. That's where LeBron James is from. 5 people,
Okay.
including 4 teenagers, were arrested early Friday morning following a robbery in a gentleman's club parking lot, reported Akron police. Officers were called to the Peppermint Hippo. Now,
Wait.
yes, there's one of those in Vegas.
Okay.
We also saw one on our trip.
We did.
I don't
Where
remember
was that?
where the fuck we were.
I don't know.
Was it Maryland?
I don't fucking know. How many states did we drive through? Like 7?
It was either Maryland or
If it's past 3,
Virginia.
I can't remember.
Well,
All
we
right.
saw one of those on our trip too. So they were called to the Peppermint Hippo on Waterloo Road in Akron around 3:30 a.m. for reports 2 women had been approached by a group of males and robbed of their purses and other items from their car.
Oh, you fucking assholes.
Upon arrival, Akron police learned one of the males had a firearm and had surrounded their vehicle in the parking lot. Police canvassing the area for suspects. One suspect was found on South Arlington Road with some of the women's items. 4 other people were arrested after they were seen running into an apartment building at the 900 block of Barbara Avenue. Akron police said 5 males ages 15, 16, 16, 17, and 33.
Oh, who's in charge
Were-
of that operation?
And what the fuck are you doing hanging around
What
with a
the
bunch of teenagers,
fuck
33
are you
years old?
doing? Like, grow the fuck up, bro.
They were arrested and charged with aggravated robbery. The teens are being held at Summit County Juvenile Detention Center, while the adult is at Summit County Jail.
Yeah. Well,
So,
I don't.
same old shit, man.
These poor ladies, they were just, what, in their car, getting ready to leave?
Yeah,
or
it said they
getting up?
surrounded their vehicle and made them give up all their shit.
How many girls were there?
2.
It was just 2 of them? Oh, how terrifying. Oh,
I wonder if they were dancers. Leaving work.
could be. Yeah.
Could be.
I mean, would have to be, right? Because most clubs don't let girls in without a male
True.
accompanied by a male, correct?
True.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Next one, more bullshit.
Okay.
Teen sentenced to 15 years in prison for fatal Albuquerque strip club shooting. A
What the
teen,
fuck? More shootings?
a teen will spend 15 years behind bars for a murder at a downtown Albuquerque strip club.
Why?
Lewis, I'm not even gonna pronounce.
You're not gonna slaughter that one?
Mugi Shaimana.
Shaggy money?
Pled no contest to shooting and killing Earl Romo at the Knockouts Gentlemen's Club on Central Ave in December of 2023.
Damn.
Online court records state Mugi Shawana who was 16 at the time, got into a scuffle with another patron when the bartender intervened. That's when he shot Romo. So the guy he shot was a bartender at the club. What the fuck was he doing in the club at 16 years old?
Well, there's question number one.
A witness said Romo started crawling away, telling him, "You win, don't shoot me," but he shot him 6 more times.
Oh my.
Romo's family had harsh words about the plea deal. 15 years is not justice.
Yeah.
It's not justice for a man who died begging for his life.
I agree.
It's not justice for a 4-year-old child who will grow up without a father.
I agree.
And it's not justice for a family left to carry the weight of this pain forever, said Betty Jo Gallegos, his sister. 15 years was the maximum sentence allowed under the plea deal. The judge ruled that he will not be able to earn good time on his sentence. So.
Oh, my heart goes out to that in jail.
But.
That's terrible.
What's a 16-year-old doing in a strip club?
Well, there's that. And how did he get the gun in there? Do we not have metal detectors here, guys? Like, what? Are there still cities with strip clubs without metal detectors? Is that really still a thing? I mean, there's so much. For some reason, y'all motherfuckers go up into the strip club and get all fucking. I don't know why you gotta. It's like a fucking dick swinging contest all of a sudden. Like nobody gives a fuck. Anyways, and then it turns into pulling fucking guns out and shooting people? Like, is that what we're there for? Because pretty sure we're there for ass and titties. And I don't understand why everybody gets so fucking violent.
Yeah.
Anyways. Alright.
All right.
Get the fuck together. There's no violence at the strip club.
No.
Ass and titties,
that's
ass
it.
and titties, ass and titties.
No need
and
for
big
it.
booty bitches. That's what I'm talking about.
I love them strippers. Yeah, I love them strippers.
Alright.
This next story comes out of Los Angeles. Strip club dancer tentatively settles tip sharing dispute.
Okay. Tip sharing. Tip sharing? What the fuck is that?
A former employee of a North Hills strip club reached a tentative settlement in her lawsuit in which she disputed the establishment's alleged tip sharing policy. Amani Singleton, identified in Los Angeles Superior Court, was a former entertainer at Sin Gentlemen's Club, and she brought her case under the state's Private Attorneys General Act.
Wait, how do they spell it?
How do they spell what?
Sin.
SYNN.
Love it. Okay.
The act authorizes allegedly aggrieved employees to follow lawsuits to recover civil penalties on behalf of themselves, other employees, and the state for purported labor code violations. On Tuesday, Singleton's attorneys filed court papers with Judge Stephen Cochran, notifying him of a conditional settlement in the case, with the expectation a request for dismissal will be filed by November 16th. No terms were divulged. In their previous court papers, Sin attorneys denied Singleton's allegations and contended she lacked standing to bring suit on behalf of other allegedly aggrieved employees. Her suit sought civil penalties, including the value of allegedly stolen tips, as well as attorney's fees. This matter arises out of defendants' illegal scheme requiring dancers at the exotic club to share tips with management.
Oh, isn't that like fucking? Isn't that like how it kind of? I mean, the way that I understood it. Let me speak clearly here. Is that that's kind of how it worked. I mean, when dancers have to tip out at the end of the night, the share goes to security. A share goes to DJ. A share goes to management, and that's it, right?
But in a lot of states, it's illegal,
okay. Well,
including Arizona.
Oh, well, hello. That's news to me because that's how I understood it to work here at the more than one or two clubs you've worked at here in the last decade and sometimes. Huh.
That's why
Anyways,
when I worked in Platinum.
I don't know. I thought that it was
There
kind
really
of
was no
up.
tip out because Steve Cooper doesn't allow managers to take tips.
See, and I thought that was odd when this became a thing in our reality, because when I was in the industry 20 years ago, it was you just tipped out. Who the fuck did we tip out? Hold on, let me remember. It was the door guy and or security. Sometimes they doubled as the same. If not, it was both. And then
And the
it was
DJ.
And that was it. We never tipped out management. I never heard about management getting tipped out until you got in the industry in Arizona. And then you were getting tipped out, and I was like, well, that's fucking awesome. You know, that's a good.
So,
Okay, anyways,
Yes.
so that's illegal, apparently, allegedly. Yeah, anyways, all right.
Singleton worked at the Sepulveda,
Sepulveda,
Ugh.
that's a tricky one to read.
the Sepulveda Boulevard establishment from July 2022 to January 2023, according to the suit, which further stated that during her employment, management intentionally took tips from the plaintiff and other employees.
Sure.
The club instituted a scheduling system which punished employees who paid no tips or less in tips to management than other employees, allowing management to perceivably retaliate against any employees who refused to participate in the management tipping scheme, according to the suit. The club required Singleton and other employees to tip out management level personnel at the end of every night they worked, and they would be placed on less desirable shifts if they refused to do so or shared tips less of their tips.
Wait, so maybe they don't have license. They don't have to have a license. Like in Florida,
Everything I've
didn't
seen
have to
on the
have a license
internet,
back then. I don't know about now.
LA does have a licensing requirement.
Okay, so let me just be clear on something.
Uh-huh.
I just want to clarify. When you got into the industry here in Arizona, and you got into where you were receiving tips from the dancers as a managerial position, that was because that's how you were trained, that's how you were taught when you got into the location.
No.
That was not something that you were just like, no, I just want to make it
No,
clear
that's
that
how it was.
it
but-
wasn't like that, but it wasn't like that in the other states where you worked in clubs. You didn't get kicked out as a manager in other clubs. in
Here's the
other
thing.
states because they didn't do that. Arizona is the only state where you were a strip club manager and got tipped out.
But here's the thing.
And that was because you just thought that's how they did it here.
Well,
It wasn't-
yes, that's how that's originally
I
what I
remember
thought.
talking about it, and when,
But
when
even-
you first started working there, and I
even-
was like, "What the fuck?" And you were like, "I guess that's just how they do it here." We didn't know, and we didn't do our research.
Even at
Right.
that though, when I did get into a managerial position,
Managerial.
managerial, that is a word. Girls would tip me because I took care of the girls
Okay,
that worked
so
for me.
I understand where. Okay, I apologize. I can feel I feel that you're getting a little.
No, not at all.
You personally
Yeah.
never instituted that the girls had to tip you.
No, and there were many, many nights and many girls that could tell you that if I didn't feel like they
You
made
never
enough,
forced anyone.
I never forced anybody
You
to tip
personally.
anything.
Right.
No.
But the managers before you and those that you took over or they got kicked to the curb so you got hired, they forced these girls and these
I mean, it was kind of just how it worked there for
right, that's just how they did it.
many, many, many years,
Right.
apparently.
Right. But you weren't okay. just
I
wanted
never
to
instituted
clarify
mandatory
No.
anything, and there were plenty of girls that went home and said, I didn't make any money, or I only made this much money tonight. Okay, put it in your pocket. I don't want your money because I feel like they're the ones doing the work and they should go home with a certain amount of money in their pocket
Absolutely.
at the end of the night.
Right.
So if a girl was like, hey, I only made this, and, as a manager, you should be aware. You know what it looks like in your club. You know if girls are making money or not.
Right.
If I seen that we only had this many guys in the club, like, I'm not going to press a girl for a tip on that. Okay? And if a girl ever came to me and was like, hey, I only made a little bit of money, but I still want to kick in on the tip out, I would split that between the door guys. There was plenty of nights where my door guys went home with more cash in their pocket than I did because there wasn't a whole lot, and I feel like, they make less on their salary, they make less on their paychecks. So I wasn't a greedy manager. It wasn't how I did things. Anybody that's ever worked with me could tell you that, except the ones that'll lie because they're part of that clique or whatever. But anyway, we're not going to talk about that bullshit. We're going to move on.
All right. Anyways.
We're going to move on to the next one.
Next.
This is a little weird so a strip club, this is the headline.
Okay.
Strip club worker accused of fatal DUI hit and run in downtown Atlanta, then went back to work.
Wait.
So she ran somebody over and killed them and just left and went back to work at the strip club.
Wait, so she left work.
For something. Hit somebody, killed them.
Incident happens.
And she just went back to work.
And then she's like, fuck this, I'm going back to work. So that way, I was here all night.
Yep.
Oh.
A 30-year-old Atlanta woman is sitting in jail.
She was 30?
Sitting in jail.
She knows better.
Without bond after police say she caused a deadly hit-and-run crash that killed a visiting husband and father, and then kept driving like nothing happened. Authorities say Portia Taylor was under the influence of drugs and alcohol when she left her shift at Candyland, a downtown Atlanta strip club, and sped through Peachtree and Baker Streets in the early hours of the morning.
Sped through.
That's when she allegedly struck the 71-year-old Michael Crabtree, who was in town for business as he tried to cross the street. Instead of stopping, Taylor allegedly hit the gas and jumped on I-75 and drove nearly 20 miles into Cobb County, where people say she caused a second crash near the Canton Road connector. Even then, she didn't stop.
Bitch, what are you doing?
Eventually, she exited near the town center mall, where officers pulled her over and arrested her.
She went to the mall?
According to investigators, she had an open bottle of tequila, some weed, and ecstasy in the car.
Oh, the ecstasy explains it all.
After the arrest, Taylor was somehow released and went back to work at the same strip club. But the investigation caught up with her. Atlanta police later confirmed she was behind the wheel of the car that killed Crabtree. They tracked her down and arrested her at the club. Now she's facing serious charges, including vehicular homicide, DUI, and fleeing the scene of a deadly crash. Crabtree's family described him as a loving husband, father, and a pillar in his Alabama church community. His death has left a lasting void while his accused killer prepares for her 6th night in jail and possibly much longer.
Well, look, man, if you want to drink and smoke weed and do ecstasy, I'm all for it. But maybe you shouldn't get behind the wheel and do all of that. Just saying. Yeah. Okay. Maybe find a safe place. Somewhere where you're not going to have access to your car keys. Okay. Moving on. That was not a smart move on her behalf. Okay.
Next story.
How old was she?
30.
She was fucking 30. Oh, I already said that. She knew better.
She was 30.
She knew better at 30. Come on. You're not fucking... All right, anyways. Let's go.
Next story.
Next.
Cowboys X, a strip club, and a bar.
Wait, I'm stuck on Cowboys X. What is it like?
He used to play for the Cowboys.
Oh, like an ex-Cowboy?
Yes, it's
player.
very...
Okay.
I think it's his girlfriend or wife. It's a very confusing headline, but we'll
Okay.
get into the story.
All right, let me.
So the headline is Cowboys X, comma, a
Uh,
strip club and a bar face a $10 million civil suit in a deadly car crash.
Ooh.
The plaintiff is seeking more than $10 million for pain and mental anguish, medical care, funeral and burial expenses, and other damages from ex-Dallas Cowboy Kelvin Joseph. A former
Can I just say, fly Eagles fly. Go on.
Former Dallas Cowboys cornerback Kelvin Joseph Jr., who was arrested and charged following a fatal highway crash earlier this month, is now being named in a civil suit by the family of the deceased. The accident, which occurred on U.S. Highway 75 near Richardson, Texas, a suburb with the greater Dallas area, left a female motorcyclist dead.
Aw. I think
According-
it's so rude. Like,
According to police, a 27-year-old woman named Cody Morris was riding a motorcycle and died in that crash that shut down the northbound lanes on U.S. Highway 75 for more than 3 hours. That morning, Joseph was arrested and charged with DUI and collision involving personal injury or death.
yeah.
Now comes another chapter in the strategy as a wrongful death lawsuit was filed in Dallas County claiming gross negligence by Joseph, as well as a Richardson bar and a Dallas strip club.
Wait.
The father of one of Morris's children has sued Joseph, claiming the NFL free agent was served alcoholic beverages to the point where he became visibly intoxicated. Richardson police responded to the crash just before 5 a.m., where only one vehicle was present at the scene. A call that was later confirmed to be from the former Cowboys' second-round pick came in around 5:39 a.m., informing authorities that he had been involved in a crash with a motorcycle. Police reported observing signs of intoxication when speaking to Joseph. CowboysCountry.com reported at the time that Joseph was jailed under an accident involving death charge. Joseph, a current member of the DC Defenders of the UFL, was selected by the Cowboys in the second round of the 2021 draft. He spent his first 2 seasons in the NFL with the team before bouncing around to several organizations from 2023 to 2024. Played a total of 26 games for the Cowboys, never finding a place on the depth chart as off-the-field issues added distractions from the start. He was cleared of any involvement in a shooting that took place in Dallas in March of 2022. He eventually landed with the Defenders this spring, playing 9 games with the team. Well, he's going to jail.
Well, you play stupid games.
You win stupid prizes. So,
All right.
next
So,
one.
anyways, yeah. Dumb.
So,
Stupid decisions.
we talked about this a while ago. We're going to bring it back because I guess they just dropped the trailer. Magic City, an American fantasy.
Hold on, clear the fog, because I don't know. What are we talking about?
The documentary coming out on Hulu about Magic City, the
Whoa,
big
Magic
strip
City?
club. Magic City's like the biggest, most famous strip club in the whole city of Atlanta.
No, I'm saying we talked about this.
We
before.
talked about them
I'm asking
doing
you-
a documentary.
Okay.
So now I guess it's getting
It's-
ready to come out.
It's confirmed.
Yes, it's coming out. It's already been filmed.
Oh.
I guess Jermaine Dupri is the executive
Okay.
producer of this, and he released a trailer of this Magic City and American Fantasy.
Okay.
Let's see what the story has to say. At the 2025 American Black Film Festival in Atlanta, Jermaine Dupri teased his forthcoming docu-series, Magic City and American Fantasy. At the panel discussion, Dupri was joined by Cole Brown, who also executive produced the series, and they spoke about the highly anticipated project with journalist Jamel Hill. According to the synopsis of the docu-series, Magic City, an American Fantasy is a 5-part docuseries that delves into the storied history of Magic City, a legendary strip club in Atlanta, and its immense influence on hip-hop culture, sports, and black culture over nearly 40 years.
Okay.
2 Chainz, Nelly, Shaquille O'Neal, Quavo, Killer Mike, and Big Boy share their first-hand Magic City in the series. Huh? Play a partner. It is a riveting behind-the-curtain look at one of the most unique places in black culture, said Catherine Busby, president of original programming at Starz. The docuseries unprecedented insider access and history unveiled from those who built its empire is a perfect compliment
Get it together, man.
to Star's slate of adult culture driving shows.
Okay.
During the red carpet of the BET Awards, Dupree shared how the project came to be. It started as a soundtrack, and then as I started making the records, I'm like, yo, this is really a Jermaine Dupri album with a whole bunch of artists that I've never worked with. And I also started saying, I'm going to put artists from Atlanta on this, Dupree said. So it's me making records with artists I've never worked with that's from the same city I'm from. That's exciting to me.
Yeah.
People keep saying bridge the gap. I'm just trying to put my city on. We're going to rock out. It's Atlanta summer, he continued. This premieres on Starz August 15th at 10 p.m.
What month are we in right now?
Right now it's June. It's almost July.
Almost July.
So I'll definitely check this out.
Okay. You'll have to keep me posted.
I will keep you posted on that. And our last story.
Hold on. Pause.
I love them strippers. Yeah, I love them strippers.
So,
All right.
in our final story for
Final
Blind Headlines,
Do-do-do-do-do.
Haley's Fury.
Oh.
Haley Bieber tells
Fun fact, when I danced, what was my name?
Haley.
Haley.
Justin Bieber, Haley Bieber tells Justin to stop being a fucking child after strip club photos, and she says he's like raw meat for lions in this place.
Wait. Okay. Do you want a joint?
I have a half a joint
Oh,
right
okay.
here.
I'm gonna roll a joint.
So this all started. It was like Father's Day weekend.
Hold on. Viewers, if you're smokers, it's time to roll a joint.
Yes.
Only if you can. Don't do it like if you can't. But like, okay. Anyways, go on.
So this was a Father's Day thing, and it just blew up, I guess, throughout the day. Justin Bieber's controversial Father's Day post may have set off his wife, Haley Bieber.
Oh.
A new report has suggested. The rumors are rising about the couple who tied the knot in 2018, going through a rough patch in their marriage. Furthermore, speculations continue to be fueled due to the singer's cryptic posts on social media.
Okay.
Now, according to recent claims, the situation hit an all-time low after Justin's post on Father's Day led to an outburst from Haley, who is beyond furious.
Wait. Wasn't there just a thing in the news about Bieber and he was performing on stage with some chick and did something derogatory? Okay, didn't this just happen? His old lady was like, there was some kind of like negative connotation. Am I misunderstanding that, or do I remember that correctly? I feel
No,
like
there was.
weren't they already having like some kind of shit with him acting like a fuckboy?
Yeah.
All right.
A new report has claimed that Justin Bieber's Father's Day weekend led to an explosive outburst from his wife. The Sun exclusively learned from an insider that the 31-year-old's post really set her off. They continued that Haley told Justin it was one of the dumbest things he's ever done. On Father's Day, Justin shared photos flaunting his watch and Prada backpacks. Along with that, he wrote, "Happy Daddy to me, you little hoe." The post.
Was that?
I don't know if he was talking to his wife or talking to himself.
No. Does he have any kids? Do we know? I don't know. I'm not.
I think they
hip
have a
to
kid. I think they have a
the
kid.
Beeves in his life, but
The post reportedly left Haley frustrated. The source told The Sun that the 28-year-old is trying to help him. However, they added that Justin keeps shutting her out. According to the insider, Haley is also not in favor of Justin airing his issues on social media. The Road founder is reportedly struggling with the singer's public behavior. This includes Justin's controversial posts online, paparazzi interactions, and his visit to a strip club. The insider claimed Haley is fed up with his childish behavior and the constant negativity he brings on to himself. She wants him to take a break from the spotlight, and he says he will, but nothing changes. They also claim that Haley told Justin to stop being a fucking child. The mom of one reportedly even asked her husband to finally start listening to the people who care about him.
hold on.
It's worth highlighting that the claims came about the situation between Haley and Justin Bieber after the Father's Day post came from reported insiders. The couple has not addressed the story. So,
Well, I mean, I don't really have much to say to that other than you married Justin Bieber. Like, I don't know the guy, but, you know, he's probably had a pretty fucked up life, I'd imagine, given his connections and whatnot.
that's true.
That's all I'll say about that.
That's true. So, that is it for blind headlines. I got nothing else.
That's it for blind headlines. Yay!
Got
blind
nothing
headlines.
else.
Nothing else in the strip club going on.
No.
Fucking shootings, stupid shit.
Stupid shit.
I don't get it. Again, I'll say, you're there for ass and titties. Why all the masculinity? You're there for the same fucking thing. Well, it's not a fucking dick swinging contest.
No, it's supposed to be a good time.
Right. It's supposed to be a good time.
It's supposed to be a good time.
Alright. Well, whatever. So
So that's that. Now, what do we want to talk about?
Now, what do we want? I don't know. I haven't had a drink in a few weeks, and you know, they're tasting really good. That's all I'm saying. Let's make Leslie's brain work. Let's not. All right. You talk. I'll just.
What am I supposed
listen.
to talk about?
Well, we had stuff to talk about.
Well,
There was stuff.
okay, well, I didn't know how much we wanted to go into, but
I don't know. Let's just fucking roll with it. And if
we-
I'm like, whoa, then just stop.
we're going to start to pivot this show a little bit. It'll still be us and our dumb shit that we do, with a little bit more dumb shit added in. Simply because we kind of pigeonholed ourselves into, you know, a demographic.
Okay, can I just be frank here?
Sure.
Are you sure?
Well,
Are
what
sure?
are you trying to?
You know, look, I'm an honest person, and I don't pull no fucking punches. So for me, in regards to us and our podcast as Full Turns, and in relation to where we've been at for the last, since episode 1, you know, it's really hard to get guests. You know, girls in this industry are, you know, it's hard. It's hard to get them to. Okay, so it's not hard to get them to commit, but it's hard to get them to follow through. Right? We get a lot of, yes, I will, and then they don't. We get a lot of, I'll be there, and then they don't show up. It's the industry, and there's no hard feelings. Look, I get it. It's the industry. I worked in the industry. I know. I've done it. I've done the I'll be there and then not show up. So I'm not mad about it, but respectfully, you know, yeah, we pigeonholed ourselves a little bit, and you know, we might want to pivot and, you know, see where it goes and hope that everybody hangs on and stays tuned to see what we have
because
for this fucking chronic dysfunction shit, man.
Yes, because it's going to get a lot more fun. And we're not saying that we're never going to have strippers on here again.
Oh no, we still are. This is still an adults only.
This will be adults only content. And on top of strippers, we can kick it up a notch. We can do music. We can do pop culture. We can do TVs. We can do movies. We can have porn stars on here if they want to come talk some shit.
Look, we just wanted to expand a little bit. That's
right.
all.
Well, on top of that, and if we're putting it out there and we're being honest,
we're being honest, are we being honest? We are being honest.
What it boils down to is, I don't really think, and for one reason or the other, it is what it is. You try shit, it works. Sometimes it doesn't. I don't feel that we got the support from the industry.
That's valid.
You know, I even see conversations like in the burn book about girls talking about, we need a podcast. We need a podcast. We made it easy.
We're here.
All you had to do was come here. We supplied the weed. We supplied the alcohol. We supplied a safe place.
You can bring a guest and they
hospitality,
can say,
hospitality. We had all of that.
Hold on. What y'all can't see is what's going on behind the cameras over here. So, like, we have our wide angle.
Hey, Meta, start recording.
And, okay, here we go.
This is what
it's a mess right now. I can't believe you're even showing this. If I knew that we were going to show this, it would be cleaner. It's a mess right now. But, yeah, I mean, we have...
This is the area we're working with. Like,
if we have guests, it is much more organized and set up and
Meta, stop recording.
I have a snack bar set up.
Hey, Meta, stop recording.
Look, it's beautiful when we have guests, okay? That's all I'm saying. But you can bring somebody... I don't know. We're getting off track. What are we talking about?
The pivot.
All right, the pivot.
So basically, and I even see comments that get posted to Burn Book and all that of girls saying, we need a podcast. We need a podcast. And we literally, like, this was a space you could come on here and you can say whatever the fuck you want because it's your opinion. On the industry, on the club you work at, clubs you used to work at, all of that shit. I don't know. It for one reason or another, it became hard to get girls on here. And again, we can have strippers on here, but I want to expand who I can sit here and conversate with.
Well, here's the thing too. Like, we're so much more than just that.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, we can do more than that. So we're gonna do more. So we're gonna do more than that.
Yeah, we are gonna do more than that.
All right. So yeah. So that's that.
Stay tuned. This is gonna be one hell of a fucking ride, y'all. This is gonna be a fucking ride, and you don't want to miss it. So stick with us. On that note, I got nothing left to say for today.
I don't have. Like, follow, subscribe.
Like, follow, subscribe. You will see some changes in the coming weeks, but it's still going to be us. We're still going to be here. We're going to be working on some guests. And on that note, we'll see y'all next week. I got nothing left.
We love you. Bye.
Peace out, y'all.
Yeah, I love them strippers. Yeah, I love them strippers.